That good work is being elaborated upon in the Lok Sabha right now. Finance Minister is speaking. Let's listen in.
The period under which it ceased to be a legal tender was from 8th of November 2016 till the 30th of November 2016. The Prime Minister had also announced that on such terms and conditions, this period would be extended to facilitate certain category of cases itself, which the RBI independently has announced in the case of either the non-resident Indians who were living abroad or even Indian residents who were traveling abroad during that period, for which a window has been opened itself. Now, this having taken place, the next logical consequence of this is that the RBI's commitment under Section 34(1) of the RBI Act, in order to pay to the holder of that currency once that period is over, shall cease to exist. Additionally, under Section 26(1) of the RBI Act, the guarantee given by the Government of India with regard to the payment of that amount, the guarantee also gets extinguished and it ceases to exist. It is therefore necessary that a parliamentary legislation to this effect be brought. I may mention that on two earlier occasions in 1946 and 1978, where similar steps had been taken, in the very first instance itself, a parliamentary legislation had been brought, either through an ordinance and subsequent ratification by Parliament. No, because there is a power under Section 26(2) also. That's also a legal power. So this time it has been done in two stages. That is, under Section 26(2), it ceases to be a legal tender, and now the extinguishment of the currency and the liability itself has to take place. This ordinance has been brought in view of this urgency in order to enable these things to happen and also permit that grace period. Once that period is over, except for limited purposes of research and historical value for which somebody can keep a limited amount of currency, which is mentioned in the legislation, holding the currency itself would be an offense. And the reason for making it an offense is, and the reason for extinguishing it, that once it ceases to be a legal tender, you cannot allow a parallel currency which has ceased to be a legal tender to operate in the market. And it is for this reason that holding of that currency beyond the grace period itself will also amount to an offense, and nobody can hold it beyond that permissible limit, which is required really for historical purposes or for collectors or for some research purposes that people want. This is the rationale behind this ordinance. With these few observations, I commend this ordinance and this bill to the Honourable House for acceptance.
Thank you.